education platform.
Welcome to Unit 1, Lesson 2. That is reading comprehension, meaning you will read this passage, then you answer the questions that follow. This is a passage or a story about a civil servant who worked for almost 50 years for the government, but at last he was dismissed without respect, without compensation, without even farewell party, and this is what you read about. So I'll be giving you 3 minutes to read that. So read. Yes, now we come to questions. Number 1, where was the writer discharged from and why? He was discharged from City Referral Hospital. So you say he was discharged from City Referral Hospital. Why was he discharged? Because he was cured, he was fine, he had been treated. Then what was the writer's occupational before he fell sick? He was a civil servant. He was a civil servant, meaning he was working for the government. When you are a civil servant, you are working for the government. Number 3, give 4 factors responsible for the writer's dismissal from the job. Why was he dismissed from the job? 1, they said he was still sick, so he could not do the work. The second reason was the relation of his third marriage were against him, so they influenced his dismissal. Then another reason was they said he was feeble, meaning weak. Then he was dysfunctional. He could not function. They were saying he could not even visit other outstations. And another reason was he was aged. He was old. You know, he had worked for 50 years, so he was old. Then, number 4, who relieved him of his duty and state why? He was relieved by chairperson, and superintendent. And the reason was he could not work. That was the reason, that he was unable to work. He was unable to work. Number 5, justify the writer's bitter attitudes as mentioned in the third paragraph. Why he was bitter and not happy is because he had worked for 50 years and he was dismissed without compensation, meaning without being paid. Compensation, without being paid. Although I was not, according to them, entitled gratitude with peanuts as a pension, but even if they are strong enough to outlive their usefulness, Allah will ultimately provide for us all. Identify and briefly explain the feature of style in this sentence. So the feature of style here is irony. 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 Irony is meaning the opposite of what you are saying. What I mean irony is like if I say I don't want to eat food, I mean I want to eat food. I don't want to go to the market, I mean I want to go to the market. That's what we call irony in literature. And you see, poem is under literature. Yes. Number 7. Basing your argument on one major shortcoming of the writer. Say a reason why you should not be sympathetic with him. Yes. Why I think you should not sympathize with this writer even if he was dismissed is because he had, that marriage. Why? Why did he go? Why did he go for this marriage? It means he has a problem. He has had the first marriage, the second marriage, now he's in the third marriage. So I don't sympathize with him because it seems he has a problem. Okay, number 8. What feelings towards the writer does the passage arouse? Support your answer. Sympathy. 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 That's the feeling we have for him. Because even if he has made mistakes, but being dismissed after working for 50 years and you are not given anything, there is no even party, there is no recognition, I'm telling you, that is not good. And even if he had done something wrong, they needed to look at how long he had worked there and appreciate his service. They did not do that. So from my understanding, I sympathize with this writer or this civil servant. Now, number 9, the writer uses the word redemption to elicit 2 implications. Explain the 2 implications. Redemption. So, the first implication is, is saved himself, that is changed from the wrong he had done to a good person. To a good person. That is the first redemption. That is the first redemption. Meaning, if you are doing something wrong, when you are doing something wrong, and you tell yourself that I'm changing from doing wrong to do good things. To do good things. So, it really means you have redeemed yourself. You have redeemed yourself. So that is the first redemption. Changing from the wrong he had done to a good person. That was the first redemption we see. Then the second redemption, I will write here. The second redemption is he regained from the fact that he had not been paid anything. Yeah, anything. Yes, but the grown-up sons would take care of him, meaning he accepted what had happened. So he's not worried. So the first redemption is redeeming yourself from wrong things you have been doing. The first one is redeeming himself from the loss. Because yes, he had lost, he was not paid anything, but the fact that his grown-up sons are working, they are going to take care of him. So that is the second redemption. Now, number 10, they are asking, quote one statement in the final paragraph which hints at the writer's sense of remorse. Sense of remorse. Remorse, first of all, you have to understand what remorse means. Remorse means being apologetic. Apologetic. Meaning you apologize. Being apologetic. That is to be remorseful. Meaning you are being sorry. You are feeling sorry for what you did. You are feeling sorry for what you did. So, the statement that shows that is this. This is the statement from the last paragraph. He says, I can now, have all the time to reflect back on my entire means all, my entire life, yes, my entire life, and try to assess wherever I failed and try to effect a self redemption. So this statement, this sentence by the writer, by this civil servant, it really shows that he was remorseful. He was remorseful, meaning he's saying, I can now have all the time to reflect back on my entire life and try to assess wherever I failed. Take note of the word failed. Because he's accepting where he failed. When you accept where you failed, you are being remorseful. You are being sorry on what you did about the life. On what you did about the life. So these are the answers you are supposed to give for this comprehension. So we have seen where was the writer discharged from and why. City Referral Hospital. Why was he discharged? It's because he was cured. He had been treated. Number 2, what was the writer's occupation before he fell sick? He was a civil servant. He was working for the government. When you work for the government, you are a civil servant. Yes. Give 4 factors responsible for the writer's dismissal from his job. 1, he was sick. They felt he had not recovered fully. 2, they said he was aged, he was old, he was feeble. Feeble means weak. He was dysfunctional, meaning he could not function at 100%. And even they were saying he could not even make visits to outstations. He was just in one place at the headquarters. Then also why he was dismissed is because of the relation of his 3rd marriage. The relation of his 3rd marriage, they were not happy about him. So they did all what they could do to make sure they have him fired from the work. Then who relieved him of his duty? This was the chairperson and the superintendent. Then 5, justify the writer's bitterness. Meaning, why is the writer bitter about what they did to him? He's bitter because he had worked for 50 good years. 50 good years working for the government is a very long time. He needed to be respected. He needed to be appreciated. He needed to be rewarded. He needed to be given pension, but he was not given anything. Number 6. Although I was not according to them. So what does that mean? This is irony. And therefore, we come to the end of this lesson. I hope it has helped you. Thank you, welcome, and see you in the next lesson. Welcome back to Qalam Education Platform number 1 in Somalia. Thank you very much.